Hi Sagittarius, and welcome back to the channel. Now this is going to be your yearly 2019 love and general reading. Now this reading is for Sagittarius Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars and Venus. If you are interested in a personal reading by me, please look in the description box below where all my details are. Okay, so I'm going to be using a new system, Sagittarius. Okay, so it may take a while, so grab a coffee or grab a hot chocolate or a mint tea, one of my favorites, and sit back and relax. So we're going to be looking at the energies that you're leaving behind in 2018. I don't know how that year was for you. I hope it was a good year for you, but let's look at some of the energies that you will be leaving behind. We have the King of Swords. Some of you may be dealing with a Libra, some of you may be dealing with a Gemini or an Aquarius, okay? But I feel as though some of you could be leaving behind the energies of embodying, the King of Swords. Some of you could have been very cold and detached, all right? Some of you could have been very aloof with others, and you don't want to have that sort of energy going into 2019 because you guys are fire signs, right? You guys have a lot of energy, you have a lot of zest, and maybe you was embodying this energy, all right? I feel for some of you that King of Swords, when he is not highly evolved, he can be very domineering, and he can be cold. So maybe some of you may have felt that you were being cold in 2018 and for whatever reason, but you may feel like I need to adopt a more warmer persona going into 2019. And like I said, Sagittarius is our fire signs. They are naturally warm, bubbly individuals. So in some cases, it may have required you to act this way with certain individuals or for a certain job. Maybe some of you may have felt like, you know what, I don't want to be in this corporate rat race. I want to do something that's more creative. I want to do something that, shows off my my creative side. Okay, I don't want to just be stuck in front of a computer all day looking at figures. That's for some of you. Others of you could feel like you don't want to adopt this persona anymore. You need to open up a bit more. You need to come out of your shell. And for some of you, you could be letting go of a person that has these personality traits. You could be letting go of maybe a Libra or a Aquarius or a Gemini. Okay, that's for some of you. But I feel like some of you may want to leave this person, if it is a person, a job, or a way of being. We also have when darkness surrounds you, be the light. You are the light, okay? And it's numbered number 1 and 7. So 1 and 7 is 8. So I feel as though some of you strongly, I feel more so looking at these cards now, and I feel like some of you want to leave behind this energy that you had in 2018, because if you look at this card, it's from my deck, Love Your Inner Goddess, Oracle Cards to Express Your Divine Feminine Spirit by Alana Fairchild. I absolutely love the illustration. So beautiful, powerful and bright and positive. So I feel like you want to embody this sort of energy moving forward, Sagittarius. And I feel like that you was not embodying this energy in 2018. That's for some of you, okay? Again, others of you, you may want to go into a job that will allow you to show your creative, bright, positive side. But I feel, going back to the number, because it is numbered 1 and 7, which is 8. 8 is actually ruled by the planet Saturn. Okay, so some of you could be feeling or could be going through your Saturn return. Now Saturn is a planet that comes every 30 years, and Saturn is the planet that teaches us lessons. It's the planet that puts in rules and restrictions, and it's that authoritative planet. It's like the father of all planets, right? And I feel like talking about the planet Saturn with the King of Swords, some of you could have adopted, like I mentioned before, this sort of persona whereby you were detached, you were just focusing on your work. You wasn't showing your more caring or loving side to like your partner or your friend, because you're just so focused on work. And you realize that maybe me being focused and me having this sort of Saturnian energy didn't really get me anywhere, and it didn't really make me feel good, and it didn't make other people feel good as well. I want to adopt this persona. Okay. So I feel like it says when darkness surrounds you. So maybe some of you could have even been going through some sort of dark period in your life, which you want to leave behind. You want to be the light. You want to go to the light. Maybe some of you could have felt that some of you could have went through some sort of depression. Okay. Again, Saturn returns can cause depression sometime. Okay, so some of you could have been going through some sort of depression and adopted this sort of standoffish, aloof persona that you now want to leave behind. Okay, so that was what you will be leaving behind in 2018. Now let's look at what will you be carrying moving forward. Okay, we have the Chariot. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancerian. We have a Leo, which is a strength card, and we have the 5 of Cups. So what you want to be carrying moving forward. Some of you could be dealing with a Cancerian person, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars or Venus, a Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars or Venus, or a Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Mars or Venus. Now, I feel like you want to push forward with your ideas, push forward with your plans, again, leaving behind, the way that you were in 2018, if you were being, just focused on work, or you're just being, quite aloof and detached and not being present within your environments, with your friends, with your family, with your partner. You want to move away from that. You want to move forward to something more positive. For some of you, you could have had some sort of depression, all right? And you're feeling like you're moving away from that, and it requires you to have strength as well for some of you. Okay, and you may feel like, I need to remain strong, I need to remain around positive people. Okay, I need to move forward, I need to move away from how I used to be. All right, some of you could be moving forward with a Cancerian person or a Leo person as well. Some of you could have had some sort of problems within your relationship, but you're willing to work through your problems. Okay, you're willing to have the strength to work through your problems, and you're willing to focus on your relationship. And it's quite funny because, as I was speaking about Saturn is Capricorn is actually ruled by Saturn. Okay, and obviously Cancer is opposite Capricorn. So I feel like you want to leave behind that Saturnian Capricorn energy that you may have been embodying, and move towards a more caring, nurturing, empathetic side to yourself. Because remember, Cancers are all about being empathetic and nurturing. Guys, I know this is a Sagittarius reading, but I'm just trying to give you guys a bit of insight here, right? So stay with me. So I feel like for some of you, you're going to be embodying these energies of a Cancerian, being kind, being nurturing, being warm. Some of you may even have Cancer in your chart, right, as a moon sign or something, or a rising. I feel like you want to leave the past behind, and whatever that past may be. Some of you may have left a partner. It could be an air sign person, or it could be a Scorpio. And you're mourning that loss. You're mourning what you once shared with that person, but you may have thought to yourself that it wasn't right for you. Or some of you may be leaving a part of yourself behind, fearing that you don't know how else to be. So although you knew that it wasn't the right way to be, you're almost fearing, and you're almost, I want to say you miss it, but it's like you morphed into a person whereby you didn't know any other way, not realizing that behind you is a better way to be. The Chariot, Cancer card, embodying the energies of being more, opening your heart, being kind, caring, nurturing, empathetic, understanding. Okay, fearing that, but having the strength to move forward with that. Again, some of you who are single, I feel, may be pushing forward, wanting to seek the right partner, being confident, right? Because the Chariot card is very confident, right? In the Chariot card, the man, is very confident. He's focused. So you're focused on meeting somebody. You could have come out of a relationship, again, for the single people I'm speaking to, and you're mourning that loss, but at the same time, you're having that strength an inner knowing that it's the right thing to do to move forward, to move away from whatever you've left. Okay. Now, and also having that confidence to know that you will get what you desire. You will meet the person that you are destined to meet. And yes, you may be fearing that, you may be feeling sad about the past, about leaving a certain person behind, for you single people I'm speaking to, but at the same time, you're confident that you will find someone better. All right. So now let's look at your aspirations for the year ahead and what you want to achieve. Now, these 5 cards came out, so I took them all right? So we have the 5 of Wands in the reverse, Queen of Swords in the reverse, 6 of Wands in the reverse, 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, and the Judgment card, all right? So when I saw this, I was like, whoa, why they all come out in reversals? Okay, I'm going to take them all because they all came out at the same time. It's obviously a message for somebody. Okay, so I feel like for some of you, again, with the 8 of Wands in the reverse, some of you may be cutting someone off. Some of you may not be communicating with somebody. Could be a fire sign person, right? It could be a Sagittarius. I feel like looking at this card, it could be cutting off a side to yourself that you no longer like, you no longer need anymore. And I feel like because you'll be embodying the energies of, being nurturing and being more warm and, being more focused, you don't want to go back to how you used to be, for some of you. And your aspirations is not to be too, not to jump into situations too quickly, not to, some of you may have been traveling a lot last year. So this is indicating that there may not be as much travel this year. That's your aspirations, not to travel as much this year, because you may feel like I've done that already. All right. That's for some of you. Okay. Others of you, I feel like if it is this air sign person, you may be cutting this person off. All right. Some of you could be dealing with a Libra. And again, for those of you that have been embodying the energy last year that was not your real authentic self, you're cutting that side of yourself off completely. All right. You're morphing into something new. We also had the 6 of Wands in the reverse. I was quite confused when I saw this. Some of you may have this sort of fear that you won't gain victory. You won't gain success with whatever you want, okay? And I feel like it's more to do with the way of being now. So it's like you're learning a new way of being. So you're fearing that you won't gain victory because you're so used to being how you used to be before. Others of you, if you're single, you may fear, because there is a bit of a fear here in this card, you may fear that you may not meet somebody to match your standards. You may feel like you may not meet your match. Okay, so there's a fear there. Can I just say, guys, I don't like to tell people what to do, but you can manifest what you want in. Maybe write a list of the specific partner that you want to come in. Okay. But at the same time, I can understand why you're fearing that, especially if you come out of a situation with someone that was quite cold and detached and, maybe dimmed your light. You may feel like, I'm not going to attract the person that I really want to be with, or I'm not going to attract my ideal. Okay. That's just an illusion. Okay. Anything is possible. Write a list down of all the personality traits and attributes that you will like in a person. And it goes back to having that self-love as well. Okay, and believing that you can, because you can. Okay. Aspirations for the year ahead. Some of you may be focused on, being single. Some of you may be focused on, moving out of a home. So some of you, again, I feel like some of you could be leaving a home. Some of you could be leaving a marriage, okay? And you left this marriage because we've got the 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. 10 of Pentacles represents a family home, husband and wife, the children. So you could be leaving a marriage, or you could be moving out. Some of you could be living with friends. Some of you could even be living with your parents, and you decide, you know what, I can't do this anymore, because you're embodying the energies of the Chariot, being very focused, being very determined, being very self-confident, right? So in your focus, you may decide that I need to move out of here to become more independent, because this man is very independent. Yes, he has the two, sinks at the bottom, but they're directing him into the right direction, indicating to me that, maybe your guys may be directing you in the right direction as to what to do next in order to help you to grow. Because I feel like some of you are growing from the situation that you've been through, or from a certain way of being, that of how you used to, of how you were in 2018. You want to move away from that. Some of you could have been very selfish in 2018, thinking about yourself, focused on yourself, and you knew deep down that it wasn't right to treat people a certain way or be a certain way, but you didn't know any other way, because you wasn't really being in touch with your authentic self. It's almost like you were shunning away from your authentic self. You wasn't listening to your heart. Moving into 2019, I feel like you're more listening to your heart. Okay, some of you could have Cancer in your moon sign or your rising, but I feel like some of you may feel like, in order for me to grow, I need to move out of the home. Or some of you could just simply just want to downsize and move into a smaller place. But I do see a move occurring, and maybe a breakup of a marriage. Okay, I don't really like to say that, but I have to say what I see. Okay, some of you, again, if that is the case of a breakup of a marriage, there will be some sort of judgment around it. All right, you may be judging the person may be judging you. I feel like people, family members, will be judging both of you. Why are you guys doing this? Can't you work it out? Not knowing the inside stories as to how you both had to cope with each other's behaviors. It might not just be you, Sagittarius, it could be the other person. All right, but you may feel some sort of judgment, or may hear from people some sort of judgment coming from your plans, of wanting to move out of the home, the family home, for those of you that are, moving out or getting divorced. And for others of you, again, if that is the case and you're moving out, you may feel to yourself that, oh my days, I have to start from scratch. I have to work my way back up. Okay. And that is a goal for you. Like, okay, I'm starting from scratch because I moved out of the home, and I have to build myself back up. I will build myself back up. Okay. So some of you may be starting from the bottom, you know, yeah, that's what I get from this. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo, a Capricorn, a Cancer, an Aquarius, and a Sagittarius like yourself. All right. And again, I feel like for some of you, you're leaving behind a partner that you may have felt was cold and detached and not for you. Right, it goes both ways. There's a group of you that are leaving behind a way of being this way, and there's a group of you that are leaving behind a person that embody these traits. Okay, and you're starting from scratch. But that's your aspiration. It's almost like you know that I'm gonna have to start from the bottom, but I believe in myself. I do believe that this Six of Wands will turn upright eventually, but for now, because I'm moving out and because I'm starting all over again, I have to start from the bottom to work my way back up. That's your aspiration, is to work your way back up, is to move out, is to start all over again, is to get away from this person, this energy, this way of being, knowing that there's judgment and preparing for the judgment, but just still moving forward anyway. Chariot. Now, let's look at what will empower you during the year. So 2 cards came out. We have the Hermit and we have the Four of Cups. So again, some of you could be dealing with a Scorpion person, or you could have that in your chart, or a Virgo person could be of importance to you. The Hermit, I feel like what will empower you during the year will be to embody the energies of the Hermit. Now, I mentioned before that some of you may be moving out of the home, all right? So it may require you to spend time alone, okay? And when I say spend time alone, I don't mean like to isolate yourself completely from the world, but, spend a period of time of being single, getting to know yourself. That's what I see you doing anyway. And you will feel like it's the best thing for me. I've come out of a situation that was very heart-wrenching. All breakups are hell, to be honest with you, right? And I feel like you need time to process it. You're going to need time to understand it. And I'm feeling like my chest's going a bit funny and tight, right? And, you know, you're healing. I feel like there's going to be an element of healing. So you will need that time to spend alone, to understand your thoughts, your fears, your feelings, your actions regarding the breakup. Maybe get a journal, or maybe even seek a counselor to talk about your feelings to. Like when I say isolate yourself, when I say that I feel like you'll be isolating yourself, I feel like there's an element of that, I'm not gonna lie, but I also feel like taking time out away will be beneficial for you as well. You know, getting to know yourself, and again, getting a journal, writing down your thoughts and feelings, and speaking to a counselor or someone that you trust if you do not want to see a counselor. All right, airing out your thoughts and feelings, not holding them within. I feel like some of you will gain the answers from within as well. There's going to be an element of detachment, self-reflection and understanding, okay? And it's saying that it will empower you once you take yourself away from the situation. You know, sometimes when people break up, they can get into situations with others just to forget about that person. This is saying not to. This is saying be on your own, understand yourself, get to know yourself, get to love yourself, okay? This is also, yeah, this is mirroring what I'm saying about, you know, trying to jump into another situation to forget about an ex. This is saying not to. And I see that you won't be anyway, because you will be in the energies of the hermit, trying to gain some sort of self-understanding and self-love. Anyone that will try to lure you or, you know, entice you, I don't see that you'll be interested. And that will empower you even more, because there's going to be like a strong sense of self once you do this, once you step away, once you get to know yourself. You will start to learn about your likes, your dislikes, your habits as well. And you're going to be going through a journey of self-healing and self-reflection. Not looking at anyone that's trying to lure you into something that you're not interested in. Your main focus, I feel, one of your main focuses, I feel, is learning about yourself, as well as healing. Okay, especially if you've come out of a situation of a breakup, you're going to be going through a sense of healing. Okay, and that will empower you, healing, not trying to rush into anything to take the pain away. You know, Usher's song Let It Burn, you know, that comes to mind as well. So you know, I know breakups are they're horrible, but this is basically saying, in this card, it's indicating that this man is just letting it burn. He's not going to let anyone try and stop the flow of his self-healing, because it may work for, you know, a while, but then after that you're still left with your thoughts. So you know that you have to go through the process. All right, now let's look at what will empower you during the year. Sorry, we looked at that already. What energy can you harness? The energies you can harness, Sagittarius, is High Priestess. So a Piscean may be of importance to you. The Three of Pentacles and the Page of Wands. Now, let's look at the High Priestess. The energies that you can harness. Going within, you know, seeking the answers from within, being in touch with your intuition. This is what the High Priestess represents. As well, you may go to a spiritual advisor, or you may decide to see a counselor. You can get some spiritual counselors out there as well. And this person is very knowledgeable, and they will understand you intuitively. So maybe seeking out, and it kind of mirrors that with this, the Three of Pentacles. As you can see, there's a man and a woman, and they're seeing someone, they're building on something, they're working on something. So some of you may decide to save your marriage. Okay, once you moved out, you've done that sort of inner reflection, analyze how you were being, analyze how the person was being, okay, and decided to seek out some help. And I feel like for those of you that decide you don't want to work on the partnership, I see you seeing a counselor anyway to further your self-healing. For others of you, I feel like going to see a counselor, a couples counseling service, couples therapy, will be beneficial for you both. And I feel like you will do that. And it will help as well if you want to save your marriage. For others of you, I see you being single. Page of Wands. I see you just, you know, embodying the energies of being single, loving yourself. The Page of Wands, he looks amazing, right? This guy, you know, he looks like he's got money, he looks like he's about his business, and he has a lot of self-confidence. So I feel like some of you were just going through that sort of self-healing mode, seeing a counselor, trying to find the answers from within, and just healing, going through the process, maybe even talking about things from the past that you may not have addressed in the present, and gaining that self-love. This is why the Page of Wands looks like this, because he loves himself. So once you get that self-healing, and healing can be ongoing anyway, guys, right? You will be embodying the energies of the Page of Wands, feeling very confident within yourself, right? Morphing, because remember, Sagittariuses are the Knight of Wands in the tarot deck. So it's like you're morphing back to the Knight of Wands because you're the Page. You become the Page. You're building yourself back up again, all right, from scratch, gaining that self-love from within so it reflects from without, all right? Others of you, I feel like some sort of communication could take place. For those of you that are single, I feel like, again, some sort of self-healing will occur from a breakup or from a period of being alone. Some of you may decide that you just wanted that a little bit more time of being alone, but you want to still seek help. You want to still seek a counselor. You may decide that you want to go on a dating site, some of you, right? Or you may meet somebody through working, and that could be beneficial for you if you're thinking, how am I going to meet this person? Maybe it could be through work. Maybe it could be a group project and you and another person, you know, lock eyes, you know, putting yourself out there. Okay, maybe a relationship may have something to do with work. But be mindful, this card is telling me be mindful, because the person that you may meet in work or something, they could be attached to someone already. Okay, if it's a man I'm speaking to, they could have a husband or something already. Okay, and they may not tell you this. This is what just come to me, so I have to say what I feel. But I feel like you'll be very confident within yourself, for those of you that are single. And I feel like you'll be putting yourself out there. You'll be making those connections, because it's like you're morphing back into your, you know, your more Sagittarian energy. Okay, you'll be showing up. People will be, you'll be communicating with others, I feel. I don't see much traveling here because we had the Eight of Wands in the reverse. But you may decide that you may want to travel. You may meet someone at a distance from you. Could be just through passing, going to work, or, you know, going into town and then you meet someone. But I see you being very confident, and I see a lot of eyes will be on you, okay? Now, let's look at what energies, sorry, what can you expect in each area of your life? So I pulled 4 cards. 4 cards I shuffled, and these 4 came out. And basically, we're going to be looking at, you know, the areas of your life with to do with love, relationship, health, wealth, spirit, and home. So the first card to come out is King of Pentacles. Brilliant. So some of you could be dealing with a Taurus, right? So in terms of love, I feel like some of you, again, it mirrors with what I was saying about the Three of Pentacles. Some of you may meet this person at work. For those of you that are single, some of you may meet this person at work, and this person could be very financially abundant. This person could even own their own business, but this person is comfortable. Okay, they're not lacking in finances and so forth, and it's not just about money, guys. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying what I see. This person is you know, financially secure. Okay, they're stable. They're working on their finances also. They're trying to build, you know, maybe a business or maybe a home. But this person is very stable, stable-minded as well, focused on work as well. And you may meet this person at work. And this person is a person that may want to settle down, may want to build with someone. Okay? And if you want that as well, then this may be the person that, you know, will be your match. For others of you, I feel like you will work on your partnership, you will work on your relationship, your marriage, and you will want a more stable home structure, because I feel like in the past it wasn't stable, but you will want to, you know, present that more stable side to yourself. Maybe you've been acting unstable, which was one of the reasons why, you know, and it has been unstable. Moving out of a home is unstable, you know, it creates havoc in the home, especially if you've got kids, or even if you haven't got children, it could create a form of instability, and it creates a vibe, you know, because something's missing. But I feel like some of you will be moving back in and working on your partnership, working on stabilizing your foundations with your husband or your wife. Okay, others of you, I feel like, you know, some sort of divorce. I'm going to go back to here, of what will empower you during the year. And there's a couple and they're seeing a guy. So some of you may save your marriage and others of you may finalize some sort of divorce. Okay. And others of you may see a marriage counselor. Now, in terms of friendship, I feel like your friendships will be very stable. Okay. Connecting with the right people, connecting with people at work as well, and workmates becoming like true close friends, because you'll both be on the same wavelength, same way of thinking, but being very focused. Almost, to me, again, going back to the Hermit card, yeah, making friends at work, but, you know, being very focused on money, being very focused on work, and not really having much time for friends. Okay. Take that how it resonates, guys. Some people like that, but maybe because you're going through this period of self-healing, you may feel like you just need to keep focused. You can't have any distractions. In terms of your health, I feel like your health will be quite stabilized. You know, you will want to be stable. You'll want, you know, routine, structure, in order to keep your mind stable. Okay, you'll be doing things to keep you stable, i.e. going to see a counselor, not doing anything to, you know, not doing anything that's going to destabilize you. Okay, so just sticking to a certain routine, whatever that routine may be, comes to mind. In terms of your wealth, I do see you accumulating a lot of wealth, being focused on your money, which will help you gain. I see a lot of incoming wealth towards you guys, coming towards you guys, okay? And being focused on it as well, and making more and more money because you've got your eye on the prize. Some of you are building yourself back up again as well after this separation, this divorce, or whatever the case may be. And I feel like your main focus is just going to be on money, building yourself back up again, all right? So you will make money. You'll be comfortable as well. Your spirit, again, being stable. You just want a stable, your focus is mainly being stable spiritually. You don't want anything to disrupt that. That's what I just keep getting. You don't want anything to disrupt that. No, you know, outside noise. And, you know, you just want, and I feel like you will be spiritually balanced in some respect. And I feel like working will keep you spiritually balanced. Okay. For others of you, home, again, I do feel like your home will be very stable. Some of you, again, I feel like some of you are going to be working on this marriage, moving back in, because we know I spoke in the first half about someone moved out of the house, but someone will be moving back in and stabilizing the home, making it more comfortable, working on a partnership. Okay, working on a partnership, and, you know, providing as well, maybe providing resources that you may not have done in a while, maybe providing security, and not just financial, emotional security, which you may not have done before. Maybe you're now showing up because you went through that self-healing, and you are still going through that self-healing. Now let's move on to the other card, and we're going to look at the same areas. We have the Empress. So you guys could be dealing with a Taurus. A Taurus could be of importance to you, okay? But in terms of love, I see that it's going to be something nurtured here. And maybe some of you may find out that you are pregnant. Some of you may find out that you're pregnant, and it requires, you know, these are beautiful cards. It requires that you work more, because you may be thinking to yourself, I want to be stable when I'm on my maternity. I don't want to fear not having enough, okay? Or maybe your partner could be working more because you guys will be having a baby. So I do see some sort of baby coming, all right? This could be in the, you know, second half of the year. But I do see that some of you could become pregnant with your partner. You could be dealing with a Taurus, doesn't have to be. And I do feel like there's a lot of creation that will be taking place. Maybe, you know, creating your home again. I know I'm not focused on home at the moment, but I feel like, or maybe you could be, it could be to do with creating your relationship again, starting all over again. So there's a birth of something, I feel. For some of you, that may not resonate, but for some of you, I do feel like you may get pregnant this year, or your partner may be pregnant, or could become pregnant, and you have to work more because of that reason. For others of you, I feel like it's a rebirth or a creation of a relationship. For those of you that will be going back to your spouse, you're trying to birth it again. You're trying to resurrect it again. Okay. In terms of friends, for some of you, you may meet your friends in a like when you're pregnant and you go to that maternity you go to the women go to that maternity, you classes, and you meet other like-minded people in your position. That could be the case for some of you, meeting friends in that sort of environment. For others of you, you could be creatives. Your friends could be creators as well. You may meet friends through some sort of creative group environment. Okay. But I do see a lot of creation taking place. Some of you could decide that, I need to express myself. I wasn't expressing myself as much as I wanted to in 2018. I've got this creative idea, but I feel like, it won't work because I'm not in the right frame of mind. Okay. But now that you'll be getting that help and you'll be going for some sort of self-healing, you may decide, I'm going to be creative. I'm going to launch this idea, this plan, this project now, right? And you may meet other friends, or you may need to work with other people that can help you. Can I just say as well that Jupiter is in your sign, Sagittarius, okay? And Jupiter is a planet of abundance, luck, prosperity, and wealth. It's in your first house. So it's going to be shining the area. It's going to be shining a light on all the areas of your life in terms of love, in terms of, wealth, in terms of, work, etc. Okay, so some of you, if you do want to do this creative project, if you've been thinking about a creative project, this card is an indicator to say that you need to start birthing it, i.e. you need to start working on it, because it will probably be a success. All right, you won't know that until you do it. And you may meet new friends through this sort of project that you're doing, or this idea, this business plan. Okay, I see you being very money focused, and I do see you accumulating wealth. And it could come from this creative project. All right. The energies of Jupiter is shining on you, so you need to use it to your benefit, guys. All right. Now let's look at your health. Again, I feel like, you'll be birthing something. Some of you could be pregnant. All right. Some of you Sagittarius ladies could be pregnant. All right. Or you could become pregnant. All right, after you meet this person, you could meet this person this year, or you could come into the year being pregnant. But I feel like you guys could be giving birth. Some people could be giving birth this year, or some people could be getting pregnant. Others of you, I feel like if it's your partner, they could be getting pregnant this year, or they could be giving birth this year. Now, in terms of your wealth, again, I feel like your wealth could be attached to something that is creative, something that you feel allows you to express your creative side. And you could be birthing something. Some of you could, be starting a new job as well. That's not like your own project, but some of you could be working in a new job, and you're working your way up. You're learning about something, you're building, you're growing, right? The Empress is someone that grows. She's growing something inside of her. She's nurturing something. Some of you could be nurturing a new job, like trying to understand trying to understand how the company works, and just gradually building yourself up, and, to understand and to grasp the whole concept of the job, right? In terms of your spirit, I feel like you'll be spiritually grounded, getting in touch with yourself, birthing a new side to yourself as well. I see that you cut away an old side that you didn't even resonate with at the end of 2018. Some of you didn't even like the person that you were becoming, or some of you didn't like, I feel like some of you have cut away a side to yourself that you wasn't resonating with. And I feel like you're just being more in touch with yourself, loving yourself as well, because this woman loves herself, okay? And I feel like the love for yourself will grow and grow, which will help you bring more abundance and peace of mind into your life, okay? And in terms of home, again, maybe a new addition might be coming into the home this year for you guys. Maybe you may find out, like I said, oh, we have to make more room because in this home because we're going to be having a baby. For others of you, I feel like making your home more comfortable for yourself. Don't really see a move. Only a move when I saw someone moving out. But I feel like making the home more comfortable, doing up the home. Some of you, I feel like someone's going to have a baby or someone's going to get pregnant this year. Okay. And let's move on to the other card. We have the Two of Cups. Okay. So in terms of love, this is a reunion card. This is a soulmate card. So you will have a reconciliation with a soulmate. It could be a Cancerian person, sun, moon, or rising. Okay. But I do see some sort of reconciliation. This is for those of you that have moved out and you want to work on the partnership. All right. I do see some sort of working on, the partnership together, sharing emotions, sharing your thoughts, your feelings, which you may not have done in a long time because you may have been emotionally detached, which required you not to share your emotions. But now it'll be, and there'll be a level of understanding, a level of pouring out one's heart to each other. Okay. There may be someone, I feel like some of you may go through some sort of couple counseling, all right, during this period, which will allow you to share your thoughts and feelings. The other person may feel like, I didn't know you felt that way, but this is how I felt. And you may say, I didn't know you felt that way, but the reason why I was doing that was because, so there's going to be a level of understanding, emotional understanding, empathy. Again, going back to the Chariot card, I feel like what I mentioned before is going to be a period of trying to, adopt a sort of persona whereby you are more understanding and caring and nurturing to yourself, but also to your spouse if you go back to this person. Okay, it's going to be under the guidance of someone else, maybe a counselor or a spiritual advisor. But I do see a reunion taking place. And this is a soulmate relationship that you could be in. Obviously, if you're married to this person, you may view this person as your soulmate. Hence why you're willing to make the situation work. Okay. For others of you, I feel like you may meet a soulmate this year. You may meet a soulmate, or you may meet someone from the past. You may reunite. This is for single Sagittariuses. I feel like you may reunite with a soulmate, someone that you may have not seen in a long time. You may know this person. You may know this person from a past life, but I feel like for most of you, you know this person already. It could be an ex coming back in. And they could have water in their chart. They could have a Cancer moon. I don't know why it came to me. Or they could be a Leo. But this person is going to be coming back in, and it's going to be a period of renewal, a period of or they could be a Cancerian, or they could have a Leo moon also. But it's going to be a period of getting to know each other again, falling in love all over again, starting from scratch. That this keeps coming up in your reading, starting from scratch. It's like you're starting all over again. So when you do reunite with this person, it will be an element of falling in love, locking eyes. The connection will still be there. You may not have seen this person for 2 weeks, 2 months, or 2 years, but when you do see this person again, the feelings will come rushing back. There's a connection, there's a chemistry, there's a spiritual connection. All right. Check out your January 2018 love reading. That will reveal more. But it could be the same person. Okay. But I feel like definitely there's going to be a reunion. In terms of your friendships will have an element of being as one, on the same page, meeting like-minded people. You may view your friends as your soulmate as well. You may have some strong connections. You may meet some people that you have a strong connection with. Okay. Fantastic. And your family life, you'll be building back with your family. I see a lot of building with your family, a lot of growing, a lot of things that are, you want to keep your ties, your family ties, very stable. You don't want it to be as detached as how it was in 2018. Okay. You want it to be stable, you want it to be nurturing, and you want it to be loving. And in terms of your health, I feel like you'll be really looking at your health, maybe drinking more water, maybe, you know, doing things that are quite high impact. So it's like you're morphing back into your old energy again, right? Your fire sign energy, right? Some of you could decide to just do a lot of walking, to be healthy, to be mindful of, you know, how situations make you feel. So spending more time in greenery, going for walks, going through hikes. I love hikes, they're amazing, right? It gives you a chance to think. So I see that you guys could be doing that. In terms of your wealth, you want to share your wealth, because I see that you'll be accumulating a lot of wealth, or starting to anyway. You want to share that with others, okay? And you may be sharing that with others because you will be in a situation whereby you will have to move back. You will move back in, and you may have a child on the way for some of you. Others of you, you may just, you know, want to be that provider again, want to be that nurturer, want to be that kind, caring person. All right. So you will be sharing your wealth. In terms of your spirit, I feel like you'll be feeling spiritually and emotionally fulfilled. A, because some of you may have moved back in and reconciled with your spouse, and B, because you will have found your soulmate this year for some of you. And for others of you, there's 3 groups I'm speaking about here, you may feel like, I've reconciled with my past love and the connection is still there. So I feel emotionally fulfilled. Like, I feel lucky right now. That's what I'm hearing. All right. And your home life. Again, some of you may, you know, it may take some time for some of you to move back in. But at the same time, you will still want to be that provider and share and nurture, because you still be going through some sort of counseling and self-healing, because it's a gradual thing I'm seeing here. And for others of you, it may be like a long distance relationship with this person that you're seeing again. Or if you haven't met this person, it could be a long distance relationship. Okay. So there will be like a separation in regards to where you both live, but you'll both meet up a lot. Okay, and you will feel like this person is your home anyway, because it will be a soulmate tie. Now let's look at the last card. This is absolutely beautiful. You could be dealing with a Pisces or a Cancer. To me, this is a Cancer card. This is a 10 of Cups. This is a wish fulfillment card. Okay, so I feel like in terms of your love, you'll get your wishes fulfilled, like I mentioned before. You will feel, I see some of you reuniting with your spouse, and, you know, reuniting with your children. For others of you, I feel like you could blend families, but I'm not really getting that. I'm feeling like whoever you may meet this year could be the mother or father of your child within the next, you know, 10 years. Throughout those 10 years, this person could be the mother or father of your child. And you could obviously live together and have children and be happy, and you know, live a comfortable, peaceful life with each other. For others of you, I see that strongly. I feel like there's going to be reconciliation with a spouse. And for some of you, I feel like you could be with somebody that has children, and then you meet the kids this year. That's what I'm getting for some of you. And then you all get on, like the kids enjoy you because the kids like the way you treat their mother, or the kids like the way you treat their father. This is what I'm getting for some of you. But I do see some sort of happiness, like a happier ever after, you know. And this is strongly for those that have moved out. You will get this, because I feel like you would have went for a period of working on yourself, because you're very focused. You know what you want, and you know what you have to do in order to get that, i.e. strip away the past of a way of being, or maybe strip away somebody from the past that was not resonating with you, that was not going to give you what you want. Doing self-healing, getting help from a counselor, a spiritual advisor, meeting that person for some of you, and creating a family with that person. For others of you, moving out, doing that self-work, then, you know, getting the help with a spiritual counselor, and then moving back in and having a happy home life. For others of you, I feel like your friends will be like family. Things will start to become very balanced towards the ending of the year for you guys, you know. And I feel like Jupiter will really be shining down on you, because it is in your sign, you know. And Jupiter is all about abundance, you know. And you may feel like you're abundant, emotionally abundant, you know, because you have what you wanted. and it took a lot of work to get there, but you'll get there in the end. Now, for others of you, I feel like in terms of your health, you'll feel emotionally fulfilled, all right? You'll feel like your health is amazing because your health will be attached to the fact that you are in a loving relationship. You are working on things. You are building with your partner. You have met the love of your life. And again, for those of you that are pregnant, you will obviously have the child this year. Some of you may be having a child this year. And some of you that are pregnant may, only want to do things that are healthy for yourself and your child, i.e. drinking a lot of water, spending time in nature. Because you know that once you're happy, your child will be happy inside. And in terms of your wealth, you may be very financially abundant. You may have your wishes come true in terms of your wealth. And this could be to do with some sort of creative project that you have in mind, or it could be just with work. Be working hard so you can enjoy the fruits of your labor. And I see that you'll be sharing it. I don't see that you'll be keeping it to yourself. You'll be sharing it with your partner and the family, all right? And maybe doing up the home as well. In terms of your spirit, again, feeling spiritually abundant, feeling as though you're spiritually fulfilled, like I've got what I wanted. Finally, I'm back with my family, or finally I found that one for me. I found my soulmate. I knew this person was out there all along. I finally found him. Meeting a partner's children as well, like feeling as though they are, these people have come into your life for a reason to help you to grow even more. Okay, feeling as though you're a part of something magical, a part of something beautiful. Yeah, that's amazing. Now let's move on to the focus point of the year. Now the focus point of the year is, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a new beginning, someone giving you a new chance. I feel like it's the universe will be giving you a new chance, Sagittarius, and mainly because Jupiter is in Sagittarius. You'll be getting a new chance of love. You'll be getting a new chance of, life. You may have felt that, I've blown it for myself last year. That was it for me. Or if you come out of a relationship, oh, I'm never going to meet anyone. Even though that person wasn't resonating with me, it was better to be in a relationship than to be single. I might not meet, because I feel like some of you single ones, Sagittarius, will feel like I may not meet anyone. So although you may be, you didn't like this person or their way of being, to some of you, it was better to be with someone than to be alone. What if I never meet someone? The ideal that I want does not exist. I see that the ideal that you want does exist, and you will be meeting them this year. But I do see like a new beginning in love, a new beginning and hope. The universe is going to be granting you and blessing you. Okay? Others of you, I feel like your focus point of the year is accumulating wealth as well. And you will be getting wealth because the King of Pentacles is on top of the Ace of Pentacles. So I see maybe by the end of the year, you'll gain a lot of money coming in towards you. Okay, and it's going to be because of all your hard work. And maybe if you do decide to do this creative project, it will, excuse me, prove to be very financially beneficial to you, to your family, So that is amazing. And you've got your eye on the prize. You want a new beginning in love, and you want a new beginning with work as well. Building yourself up, working on a creative project. I've done a lot of these yearly readings, and a lot of people are wanting to do things for themselves, like become self-employed. All right, and I see the theme continuing with you as well, Sagittarius. Now let's look at what lessons you will learn over the coming year. Now these cards came out, and I had to take all four of them, right? So we've got the Seven of Swords, all right? I don't like that man on the card. And we've got the Ace of Swords, Queen of Wands, and the Star. All right, let's start here. Okay, okie dokes. All right. So this will be your lessons. Your lessons is not to morph back into the person that you once were and the person that you didn't like. For those of you that were with somebody, that was maybe a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. This is saying that you need to be mindful, because this person may crop back up, all right? Because they see that you'll be moving on with your life, things are going well for you, but you would have went through a transformation and you would have shedded the old you. But this person will see that. You could be dealing with a narcissist, this person that you was with before, right? And this person may want to align themselves with you again because they see that you have cut them off and you have moved away from them. Because I see that you cutting someone like this off, because we have Queen of Swords in the reverse. So I see that you're cutting that person off. For others of you, I feel like the old way of being may creep back up on you again. And it's saying that if you allow this thing to creep back up on you again, then, you know, it will have an impact on what you have built. Because I do see you moving into the energies of the Queen of Wands. And the Queen of Wands to me is a Leo card, right? But it's still a fire sign. And again, we saw that the Eight of Wands was in the reverse. And then we had the Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is morphing into, and maybe Aries could be of significance to some of you. The Page of Wands is morphing back into the Knight, and the Knight of Wands is the Sagittarius card. But I feel like towards the end of the year, you'll be the king or the queen. All right? You will have worked yourself back up to be that way. And this is saying that if you allow this energy that you had before to come back, then it would have an impact on what you've been working on throughout the year. Okay? I do feel, going back to this card, for those of you that have cut someone off this way, this person could have ear in their chart or whatever, or just act like this way. You will know if it resonates, right? It's saying that you will have to pay a price if you allow this person back into your life. Okay? And I done Aries reading as well, and I feel like, I think the same card came up in the same position here, right? What lessons you will learn. So some of you may not have learnt your lesson from this person, and may even allow them back into your life. But I do see that you will gain some sort of understanding and clarity about the situation, about the person. Some of you may even just, you know, speak to the person, but not let them, you know, get too close, because you know what they're about. You've worked them out because of this self-healing, because of going to see a counselor and just breaking things down to the counselor, and the counselor breaking things down back to you. And then you realize you have that, aha, I know what this person was trying to do. I know what this person is about. You know, so you may just be polite, high and by them, but not like, oh, come to my house for a coffee, because you know that this person was no good for you, because you're on a more higher vibration now as well, that you won't be resonating with them. And I feel, again, you will have morphed into the king or the queen of wands and be embodying that energy. And it took you a long time, and you will be a star. So you'll be shining. The lessons that you will learn is that if you allow this person or this energy of this, or this way of being, you know, sneaking, you know, being not truthful and so forth, to come back to you, or this person that embodied these energies, and not having clarity about it, then what you've built up may be removed from you. But if you are on your wits and you're on your P's and Q's, as we say in London, right? Yes, you can say hi and bye to this person, but sometimes with these sort of people, you shouldn't even say that, because just being within their energy field can affect you anyway, right? If you distance yourself from that sort of energy, whether you're embodying it or you know someone like that, you will remain in that position of the Queen of Wands and the Star. And I feel like you guys will shine this year, because the spotlight is on you anyway. Jupiter is in your first house. Your first house is how you present yourself to the world. So you will be presenting yourself to the world in this sort of energy. You know, setting trails, setting ablaze, you know, all the lanes that you walk in. Right? And the thing is, people may be like, oh, how does Sagittarius do it? Or, oh, I wish. You'll be admired, and people may be a bit envious of you, I feel. But at the same time, they won't know what went on behind the scenes of how long it took you to get here. Some of you could be dealing with a Leo or Aquarius, or you could be embodying the energies of a Leo and Aquarius, standing out. You know, Sagittarius are powerful in their own right anyway. And some of you could have this in your chart. Right, but I do feel like you guys will be shining. You guys, your love life will be on, you know, on point. You know, and I feel like Whether you're with this marriage partner, I do feel like some of you will get back with this marriage partner, this spouse. The relationship will be a relationship of, wow, how did they do it? Admiration. Because some people, I do see some people gossiping in the first half. They will realize that, you guys are strong. You guys really love each other. And yes, you do, because you're both soulmates, right? But they won't know that it took a lot of inner strength. Remember the strength card, guys. You could be dealing with a Leo, inner strength to get you to this point. You fought. You're going to fight for what you want this year, Sagittarius. And I see that it will be paying off. So if you want to remain in this energy of, and one of your fears as well for some of you was like, how am I going to get, how am I going to get to that place where I'm comfortable, where I'm financially secure, where everything in my life is how I want it to be. Remember, we had the Six of Wands in the reverse. You'll get that because you'll be focused, Chariot, moving forward, not going back to the past, not going back to people. And this is only for the ones that let go of a negative person or a negative way of being, right? Take what resonates, guys. This is going to, this could infringe on your success. Okay, and you want to keep the success because it has taken you a long time to get here. I see success in your working life, in your relationships, and more than that, success within yourself. You're going to be exuding power this year, guys, right? And that's the lesson for you. If you want to keep that power that you'll be exuding and that self-love and success in the areas of your life which are important to you, then you need to remove yourself from this person, or you need to remove yourself from this way of being. Okay? Now, I don't like telling people what to do, but this is what is coming out, and I have to speak what I feel. Okay? Now, let's look at what to expect for the year. Okay. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Again, this is your card. This is Sagittarius, okay? This is Jupiter. Jupiter in Sagittarius as well. Jupiter is in Sagittarius. So abundance will come your way. Higher learning. Some of you may decide to go back to college. Some of you may decide to embark on that project that you've always been thinking about. But, I'm not in the right frame of mind to do it. Now is the time. I feel like you will morph into something bigger than yourself. This is like a reset button for you, Sagittarius. I feel it. I feel it. This is an amazing year. You have amazing opportunities out there for you. The world is literally your oyster. And it will continue, okay? Jupiter comes out of Sagittarius in December the 4th, 2019. So you have this whole year of creating abundance for yourself, of gaining abundance for yourself. Higher learning, and maybe towards the end of the year, travel for some of you. In the first half, I don't see travel. I see focusing on trying to heal the self, which is important. The end of the year, travel. Maybe even throughout the year, you may decide once you started to heal, I want to go not to somewhere too far away, but I want to travel. And maybe for some of you, if you've got this long distance relationship, going to see your partner. For others of you, obviously you moved out of the house, but I see you working on that. But this is going to be a very abundant year for you. This is your card, and this is the Jupiter card, right? We also have the World. Okay, so your focus, what to expect for the year. The World is all about, numerous things. Okay, looking back on the past, but moving forward. Some of you may move forward with a twin flame. Some of you may be leaving behind a person that was toxic for you. And the reason why I say that is because we got the Three of Swords. Again, this air sign person keeps cropping back up. And it's showing me in this card that two things, if you stay within this energy, even if you are friendly with this person, it could lead to heartache. This person I don't feel this person will change. This person, whoever it may be, is this way inclined, and they will cause you some sort of heartbreak. All right, but I do see that most of you will be closing the door on this person. The World is all about closing a chapter. You've closed a chapter. You would have met your twin flame. You would have met your soulmate. All right, and there will be no need to revisit the past because the past caused you so much pain. For others of you, I did mention about a past lover coming in. This person is not of that energy. This person is more of a kind, warm, loving energy. It could be a Cancerian or a Pisces, right? But I feel like there's an air sign energy, or someone with those sort of energy traits of being detached, cold, aloof, vindictive, manipulating. this person may crop back up again, all right? And it's up to you what you want to do, but I do see some of you closing the chapter on that and moving forward with your twin flame and your soulmate. For others of you, I feel like the focus point of the year again will be to get yourself back out there, to travel, to see the world. These are both your cards to me. You may meet someone whilst traveling. You may meet your soulmate that is a different cultural background to yourself, and you may feel like they are your soulmate. Others of you may travel towards the ending of the year, and that will be your main focus throughout the year. But you know, before you can do that, before you can travel, you need to focus on yourself. You need to self-heal. Okay. We also have this card, which is Priority of Purpose. Love is everything, and it's numbered number 30. So the focus, okay, so it says two things to me. Number 30, take away the 0, is free. This is a number 3 year, right? It's a Jupiter year. Jupiter's in Sagittarius, and number 3 is a Jupiter and is a Sagittarius. It's a Jupiter number and is a Sagittarius number. Number 3. If you decide to go back to this way of being, of how you were in the past, or this person, this is what could happen for you. And some of you are using this as a guide to push you and a guide to fuel you not to go back, because you know it will only lead to heartbreak and pain by being this way in the number 3 year. See 3 at the top? She has number 30. Take away the 0 is number 3. It says priority of purpose. You have to prioritize. You'll be feeling to yourself that this year, I need to prioritize what is good for me, what I need, as opposed to what I want. Some of you may feel like this person brought out excitement in you, but this is not what you really need. It's not what your soul needs. And this is why you may meet your soulmate. All right. Others of you that have broken up with this person may feel like, but it's the only person that I know. We had such fun times. We were attracted to each other, but it's not what your soul needs. All right. It's, you know, swords in the heart. So I feel like the priority of purpose. What is my purpose? My priority is to, you know, make sure I am emotionally fulfilled, mind, body, spirit, and soul. Who's going to match that? I need to go with someone that's going to match that vibration. All right. Love is everything, and loving yourself as well. Learning throughout the year that I need to love myself. And by loving yourself, you will then attract what you want back in, i.e. moving back home, reconnecting with that soulmate from the past, meeting your soulmate also for some of you, right? And then traveling the world, going abroad. Some of you may even meet this person abroad, okay? So this is very powerful. These are your cards, and I feel like you will be turning, you know, turning your back on the past of what no longer serves you and looking forward, okay? Looking forward, like this card suggests, okay? Looking forward, because you know that there's more abundance awaiting for you, and there is. It's going to be a very interesting year, a beautiful year in some areas as well, Sagittarius. I'm excited for you. Please let me know how that resonates. We did go over time, but again, I have to read. I can't rush, okay? I take all my readings very seriously, and I actually enjoy doing what I do. And guys, thank you for your time. Take care of yourself. Peace out.